If you're older like me and you're thinking about starting a t-shirt business in 2026, I'm going to save you some pain. Man, you know, after doing like 50 to 200 shirts, my hand will really start aching. Um, and cuz when you would screen print, you would grip that the squeegee really hard, at least I would. And since like I work in office, so I'm always, typing, on the keyboard. And, and I'm not sure if because of that, but you know, after a while, it really hurted my hands, and they would ache. Like right now, I just got out of work, my hands hurt. I'm on the mouse, and sometimes when I'm doing designing, when I was designing something for a customer, it would take me quite a while. They would send me, a rough draft, and then I would retrace it for them to kind of vectorize that image, and then separate the colors. So all that was, work that I had to do, and it was a little time consuming. And but it's something that you have to do for your customer. And my hands would ache. And as you get older, I'm 51 years old. I have arthritis in my hands. I'm not the type of person to pop some painkillers and be like, all right, let's go. I just try to deal with it, deal with the pain, try to soak my hands, go to a massage place, get a massage. Of course, I would have back aches, because you'd be standing there for a long time, when you're doing screen printing, and you're at one spot, and you're maybe, you know, I wasn't walking very far for me to like when I was drying and doing the heat press. So it was like very close. I was taking off the shirt. And I'm not saying that don't ever do screen printing. I know there's better technology out there now that'll make it easier. And honestly, if I had the room, guys, if I had the room, I would be screen printing. But since I do not have the room, that's why I prefer a heat press. I have my heat press right here from Heat Press Nation, and super color transfers. This right here, this is a screen printing transfer on this black shirt. So this is a Gildan shirt. I've already washed it a few times, gained weight a little bit. My shirt fits me, fit. It's not baggy. It fits me perfect, which is, what I like. Uh, so if you're starting or want to decorate apparel, if you want to do it as a hobby, if you want to do it, eventually it'll be a business. Get you guys a heat press, guys. Get you get you a heat press. Um, get you an automatic heat press, the signature series. All you have to do is you set it, put your transfer on top. You put the settings, whatever, 15 seconds, 320 degrees, whatever transfer you're using. If you're from the Los Angeles area, you gotta use super color transfers. Make sure that you are using top notch. Again, You don't have to use it. You could go to any provider, but I mean, I use Supercolor because it lasts. It lasts me a long time. This heat press that I have, it's a Craft Pro 15 by 15. Um, it's a workhorse. It's not an automatic. It's the next one that I will be getting. But if you're doing it as a hobby, if you're doing it, you know, you have the Empress that you're able to get. It's a lot cheaper. It's like 300 and something. This Craft Pro is about 400, and then as you start progressing, as you start growing your business, you start upgrading your equipment. I didn't uh, upgrade right away. What I did was I bought the hat press from Heat Press Nation. So I bought the Hatronics, and I love that machine. But you know, like I said, there's always new technology, always better stuff that you can buy, and that makes the work better for you, for your customers. And and if you're doing 50 to 100 shirts like every other weekend, you want to be able to do it to where you are comfortable. To I have the heat press. I do work inside the room. So when I start working, I move my heat press and I move it over here to my desk over here. Uh, and I got to move things around, for me. But you do it to how you can work around your area. 90% of my room is all my wife's, and I have very little room to work with, but I make it happen. When I have big orders and I'm able to work outside, I go outside, do the shirts. um, I do a little filming, and I explain what I'm doing, and uh, you know that's about it. But if you're about my age, you have arthritis in your hands, and you want to get started, make sure that you get yourself a heat press. I'm gonna leave the link in the description below, and check out what they have. And if you're not ready, just check it out. Just check out the website. Check out what Heat Press Nation has. Not asking you to buy anything. I do have an affiliates. Whatever you buy, I do get a small commission with no more price to you. So you don't have to buy anything. You could check out the website, look at what they have, and when you're ready, just come back and buy yourself your heat press. Get yourself some transfers, some vinyl, test them out. You know, that's how I started. Again, when I first started screen printing, and it was very hard for my hands. After a while, it wasn't right away. After a while, my hands started hurting when I was gripping that squeegee. But if you have screen printed ever, let me know in the comments. Did it hurt your hands like after or during when you were screen printing? Let me know in the comments below. I want to see what is it that you did to overcome that. Did you continue screen printing, or did you buy a heat press? All right, guys. I appreciate you coming to my channel. Again, my name is Jose. I'm from Master Screen Prints, and I do videos to teach people, and whoever want to get started, or as a business or a hobby, as a side hustle, and they can grow. Make sure to subscribe to help my videos grow, and so I can continue to do videos. Hit that notification bell, because I try to do a video for you guys every week. If you have anything specific, drop it in the comments, and I'll try to answer each one. See you guys. See you on the next one.